Good afternoon. Lovely day outside. It's going to be just as nice inside here. I'll guarantee you that. A couple of things before the guys take on girls. Every time we have to tell you about this, but please fill these white slips out and give them to us. It lets us know where you come from. Lets us know where you're going. Lets us know if you're available to help us. After all, this program is all done by volunteers. And we need volunteers, and we need them very badly in order to keep these programs. This is our 27th, 28th year, is it, Alice? I believe this is our 28th year we're in right now. And as far as that goes, I have no other announcements to make except that the programs that you're looking at here, the complete breakdown of the programs, envelopes out on the desk out there, and take one, and then you'll know just exactly what we got coming up for the rest of the year. So without further ado, Jerry Kinney and Sax N Brass, please. Hand.
Thank you, Bob. Good evening, good afternoon. The Sacred Heart Sax N Brass are very honored and happy to be here to play as a part of your fine arts series. Normally we have a young lady that does our announcing for us. She called this morning with a very intense case of the flu. So this afternoon you're going to have to put up with my mouth and my baton both. I don't know which would be the worst, but we'll try a little bit of both. We have a variety of seasonal favorites, which we hope you will enjoy. We're going to start with a tune called Winter Wonderland. I oftentimes start our concerts with that tune because there's always a lot of snow and ice on the ground. Today, I don't know what we would have played, something with the title Brown, I suppose, and it would have been more appropriate. Next, we're going to play next we're going to play a tune called Angels We Have Heard on High. We're going to do it a little bit differently. First, you're going to hear our high brass, then you're going to hear our low brass, then you're going to hear a combination of both with a nice obligato, trumpet and baritone obligato. This is Angels We Have Heard on High. I think the band members are probably taking bets as how many times I'm going to stumble on the way up to the podium. At most of our concerts, I usually stand on the floor, but as I get older and get shorter, why, I guess the podium, I thank the people that, while I think about it, I would really like to thank in advance all the volunteers that were here at, must have been at noon. I would think there were 4 or 5 gentlemen here setting up the lights and the chairs and everything. I don't have all your names, so I can't thank you individually, but I would like to say on behalf of the audience and our people, thank you for all your extra time. I know that's one of those free gratis jobs, so we do appreciate it. The Handel's Messiah is probably one of the most played and sung works in the entire world. The Messiah on Christmas time, if you haven't heard or sung in the Messiah, well, I'm sure most of you have, and you will. It's a tremendous tune. I have taken a part of that, the Hallelujah Chorus, and arranged it for this group. We feature trumpet and baritone obligatos. I think you'll recognize, and I hope you enjoy, the Hallelujah Chorus from Handel's Messiah. Usually I write out my ad-libs, but I didn't know until this morning I was going to have to do this, so I'm going to read some of them right off the music. This next tune is called Merry Christmas and All That Jazz. It's a different type of Christmas. We start out with tunes that I think you probably have heard before, but we end with kind of a true vaudevillian ending. So we'll see how you like Merry Christmas and All That Jazz. Band rehearsals were this quiet, I'd teach forever. So far, we're following the program that is in front of me. We're going to make a couple, 3 changes along the way, but the next tune is an Altonium solo. What Child Is This? Often called Green Sleeves, and I'm sure by many other names too. My son Philip is playing the Altonium. 2 words of explanation. First thing is the Altonium, hold it up, Phil, is the forerunner of the French horn. Back in World War I, this was what was used in military bands as they marched, rather than the French horn, which is a little more difficult to march. I know one of our helpers here plays French horn in the band here, I know. So this is kind of the forerunner, and no matter what the band members tell you, I was not there in World War I when they started using it. But I think it is a little different sound, and we thought you might like to hear an Altonium solo. This is What Child Is This? always tell him if he doesn't play well, I cut him out of my will. No, I can't do that because he's a Polk County deputy sheriff. He's my only hope to get the parking tickets fixed, something like that. Or speeding tickets or anything like that. No, I don't hope he wouldn't do that. The next tune is a Jamaican, not from the town of Jamaica, but the island of Jamaica, rhythm. Harry Belafonte made probably, I would guess, $1 million or a million records, one or the other, with a tune called Mary's Little Boy Child. So I've arranged this for this group. It's a little different sound. We'll see how you like Mary's Little Boy Child. I'll introduce him again later, but all of you know Jim Van Dorn, who's playing percussion with. When I started making out the program for today's concert, I said, now, tell me what kind of music these people enjoy. He said, they like everything. And I said, well, how about Feliz Navidad? He said, they'll love it. So Feliz Navidad is not one of my well-known Christmas songs. But I watch the Taco John commercials, so I see it every once in a while. The only difference is we're going to play a little more of it than that. We go beyond the tacos, we get into the burritos and everything like that. This is Feliz Navidad. See, when we first started, we only had a few tunes we could play, so I could put them all in my stand. But as we learn more music, if I put them all there, pretty soon they start falling off, and it's hard for me to pick them up, so I just go over and pick them up from the side. You'll notice on the last tune, our tenor sax players had a prominent part a good share of the way through. And I've had a number of people, in fact, I had one person already here today ask me, how come we have tenor saxes in a brass group? And the story behind that is that when we started, we were a German band. We had a 7-piece German band. We had 2 trumpets, 2 trombones, a baritone, an Altonium, and a tuba. Well, the baritone player was the band director at Dowling, and quite often he had other obligations. So I asked a tenor sax player, former student of mine, to play the baritone part. Well, he did. Well, then every once in a while he was gone. So we asked another tenor sax player to come take his place. Now I can't get rid of either one of them. So what I have done to utilize their talent is that we have written tunes now that where the tenor saxes have a very important and very prominent part. So afterward they'll probably sign autographs, but aside from that, I'll probably never hear the end of that. They're even going to buy a new reed one of these days, I think. Next, we're going to repeat the procedure you heard on Angels Heard on High, where we're going to hear our high brass then Marlo brass, and then everyone in the sound that we hope approximates the beautiful organ that you have here. This is Hark the Herald Angels Sing. The last time I was here in this room was 4th of July at the Fine Arts performance that day when Mr. Duckett sang and my grandson played the piano. But things have changed. I mean, everything is different than when the chairs are more comfortable. I think I just soon come out there and sit and listen while one of you come up here and direct. But we really do appreciate, what was I going to mention? This next song is an English song. We know it by the name, We Wish You a Merry Christmas. But Mr. Elliot Del Borgo, who is a very, I would say, famous and good modern composer, he writes for every level, from kindergarten, well, not kindergarten, 5th grade up through professional groups. He has written an arrangement of Jubilant Song of Christmas, he calls it, but it's really We Wish You a Merry Christmas. Now, you'll hear it played in major keys, minor keys, inverted, augmented, diminished, but it's just a very nice, we hope, way to, again, use the beautiful acoustics that were in this room. Right about now, see, it's when the lips start getting a little tired, so I have to talk a little bit more. I'm not going to make him stand up, but I do want you to know that one of my former teachers is sitting in the audience today. His name is Morris Town. He lives 2 miles east of Jamaica, right on Highway 141. I took lessons from him when I was a senior in high school and learned a lot. I played in the Perry Municipal Band with Morris for a good number of years, and I thank you. I asked him today how old he was. I'm not going to tell you, but I thought, my gosh, if I look like that when I'm that age, I'll even teach a couple more years. All right, this is a Jubilant Song of Christmas. You'll notice that a number of our people have brought water bottles and things like that to keep the liquid going the way it should. I have to do that every once in a while because my arm gets tired. But usually the water doesn't do that much good. We have one more tune before we'll take a short intermission to give everybody a chance to kind of rest their lip. This is one that is called A Country Christmas. If you look on your program, it tells you the 4 tunes that we will play. If you know the name Elvis, well, you know that a couple of these are his. And again, it's amazing to me, because I'll be honest with you, I won't lie to you, I'm not a real country western fan. But it seems like every time we play this, why people go and say, why don't we hear more of this kind of music with this kind of instrumentation? So we'll see if you like A Country Christmas. Turn the microphone back over to Mr. Duckett.
I'll tell you one thing, the Centrum here has never heard this before. This building is accepting that music very well for your information. Let's have the ushers come forward now while I'm giving a few announcements. I repeat again about the white sheet. If you haven't got it filled out, please fill it out before the program's over today and leave it on the ledge out there or on the table out there and we'll pick it up. You ask how you can help us otherwise, you can join and be a patron with us if you want to for $25 to $49 a year. You can be a member of this fine arts program. For $50 and more, you can become a patron plus. So there's many ways that support, but like I say, mostly we need our volunteers. So volunteers, I saw people bringing food in here today, volunteers. Maybe they aren't here, but they took time to bring food in to go someplace else. So with that in mind, we'll take a few minutes for the restrooms, the women on this side, the men on that side, and they'll be back within 10 minutes. It was a great first half.